First, we see what is standard form of PDE. Okay. What is standard form? When any equation in this form, F, P, Q, and Z, not R, is equal to 0. It is called standard form. When PDE contains P means small p. Small p means del Z by del X. Q means del Z by del Y. And Z is Z. Okay. Then you can say this is standard form, right? Understood? Yes. So there are many standard form, right? Not in Z also. You can write in X also, Y also. Which is easier to solve, you can write in this form. And one more form is there. This is called cleroid form. This is called standard form, and this is cleroid form. What is cleroid form? When Z is equal to Px plus Qy F P Q. This is called cleroid form. After this, you will get somewhere cleroid form. This is cleroid form. Okay. So first we do what is standard form. How to write in standard form. Okay. See, you have Q square is equal to Z square, P square, 1 minus P square. Right? Okay. So here only Z is there. So you can write in this form. Right? First find Z. What is it? Q square, P square, 1 minus P square. Right? Yes. So which standard form you will use? First one. Try to write this into P, Q, and Z. Okay? Yes. Now for this substitute, let's suppose Q is equal to AP. Okay. Always try to eliminate middle term. Q is equal to AP. So when you put Q is equal to AP, you will get A square, P square, Z square, P square, 1 minus P square. P square cancel, 1 minus P square. Right? What is uh, what is the value of P square? When you solve, you will get P square is 1 minus A square upon Z square. So from here you got P, right? Understood? Yes. And you know P is what? Del Z by del X? Yes. You got from here P. Now find here. Let P is equal to, okay, Q is equal to AP. Okay. Now see P is equal to AP. Okay, from here you got P. So P is equal to, and Q is equal to. Okay, so this is the answer. What is P? 1 minus A square upon Z square, right? What is Q? Let's suppose it AP. and this is Z is equal to 0. Understood? Hmm. Can you try this second? I tell you again. This is given. From here, put Q is equal to AP. Eliminate anything. P is equal to AQ, RQ is equal to AP, and simplify for P. So you got P, put the value of P, and Q is AP, and Z is in terms of Z. Right? Yes. 1 minute. Here AP. Don't write P, put the value of P. 1 minus A square upon Z square P. Try this question. Here, see this. P, Q, Z, right? Okay. Put Q is equal to AP. Right? In this question, Y is absent, right? Y is absent means whenever Y is not there, it means Q must be equal to only A. Okay, why? Because del Z by del Y is equal to A. When you differentiate this, this becomes 0, right? So put Q is equal to A. Yes, not P. Put Q is equal to A. So when you put Q is equal to A, understood? Find here P. Okay, and you know P is what? Del Z by del X is equal to 1 minus A square Z square upon XZ, right? So Z upon 1 minus A square Z square dx upon X, right? Do integration. Understood? Left hand side you will get minus 1 upon A square after integration. 1 minus A square Z square. And this is log X. And let's suppose one constant is B. Understood? Yes. So when you rearrange this, you will get 1 minus A square Z square B minus A square ln X. Okay. Yes. From here you get mm, find it from here Z. Okay. So final answer will be P, Q, Z, right? What is P? This is P. 1 minus A square Z square upon XZ. What is Q, A? And what is Z? Find from here Z. Understood? When you squaring on both sides, you will get A square minus B upon A square root. This is Z. So put here Z, right? Is equal to 0.